What's your name?
Pete.
Okay. Sounds good. So how is this a new, what is this, just a regular apartment?
Yeah, regular. It's middle of the road in terms of amenities. But the team that works, they're nice. They've really helped me out since January 5th because I had a heart attack on January 5th. And then while they were looking at my looking at me in the ER on the 6th, they found out I had cancer. So my year has been turbulent, for lack of a better adjective.
Sure.
And then so then I found out two of my arteries were clogged. One of them was 100% clogged, and then another artery was 80% clogged. So I've had that corrected. Then my cancer was stage 4 prostate cancer that metastasized to my bones. So I'm currently under a lot of drugs right now to battle cancer.
Well, you look good.
Well, thank you. If you'd have saw me on January 5th, January 6th, you would have said, you wouldn't have said.
So
Yes.
you seem pretty, I know you said you're drugged up, but
Yeah.
you still seem pretty calm.
Well,
Where do you find your solidarity and wisdom in going through this circumstance and type of suffering?
I've had some friends who've encountered it. It's the coffee shop that is owned and operated by the Insight for Living Ministry.
Okay.
So the team there have been so positive with me and helping me and just, being there for me. So it's pretty thankful. Then some of my other buddies and friends are the same thing who've had family members go through it. It is what it is.
Sure.
I was thrown a curveball and I just got to learn to hit it every day. And so there's no need to be moping around. I just
Wallowing.
got to battle it.
Yeah.
And, whatever happens, happens. Hakuna Matata.
Kuna Matata. What a wonderful day. Means no worries.
Exactly. So, I'm not going to sit here and mope around and feel sorrowful for myself or anything like that. But because there are people who are way worse than me.
That's very wise of you.
Well, thank you. Because I was in the military. So I've been around some men and women who were more, cancer's pretty jacked up, pretty messed up. But I've seen men and women who are, physically more, lost multiple, both arms and both legs things. But so I've been around other people who have disabilities from birth. I'm not going to play the "oh woe is me" card.
If you don't mind me asking,
Sure.
What do you believe in when our body expires or malfunctions? What happens?
I don't really have any beliefs on that. Because I actually drowned as a child.
Okay.
So I can't, I was clinically or technically, whatever the phrase is, for 3 minutes.
Wow.
I was revived. I don't remember anything. I don't remember seeing a light. I don't remember seeing anything other than when I went into the pool, and then being revived by my buddy's mom. That's all I remember.
How young were you? 3?
I was 6.
Oh, 6.
So
Wow.
yeah. So, but I believe there's a higher power. I just don't know what.
So what, you believe there's a higher power, you
Yeah.
just don't know if there's anything that happens, nothing happens, or
Right.
something happens.
Right. Yeah. For fun, because I'm a bit of an instigator. Being the youngest of 8 brothers and sisters growing up, I
Wow.
learned to be an instigator. So I have fun by saying, okay, well, what if God is an alien from another dimension who created us? I see my science friends and Christian friends just go all wacko. It's priceless. But I believe in a higher power. I just don't know exactly what it is. So
Have you sought to see if there is a purpose, or what is a purpose?
my purpose is just to battle and show that you can beat this.
Sure.
That's how I view it. I've been thrown a challenge, and I'm going to battle it. And my goal is to teach other people who get it after me or who may have already had it before me. You just got to stay positive. Do as the doctors ask. Open your mind up to as much things as possible, and whatever happens. Just don't let it. Like I said, don't play the "oh woe is me" card, because the body can do a lot of things. The body can heal from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Positive vibes, dude. So that's how I view it, and that's how I run with it, because I'm not going to be Mr. Negative Nelly. I just don't. That's just has never been me in my whole life.
You said you've got a bunch of Christian friends.
Throughout, back in California here, a few here, several here in Texas and things like that. So
What's your thought on Jesus, the guy that suffered, I guess. What
I
do
think it happened.
okay.
I would, I mean, he was God's son. I don't debate that.
Does he atone for our
Yes.
shortcomings?
Yes. Yeah.
If you do believe that in Jesus,
Hmm.
then does that mean there is this?
There's a God,
No, there is a whatever
higher
is
power.
revelation or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
whatever the happens in a revelation.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Okay.
was given to us as a cornerstone to build a society.
Okay.
And whether you want to say a peaceful society or a society of brothers and sisters who just naturally argue,
Yeah.
like from country to country.
Well, one of my questions that I grew up Catholic,
Same here.
so I think about what is the purpose of infant baptism. I argue that with my parents,
Right.
and he's gonna do what he's gonna do,
Yeah.
but I always think about what baptism does as a baby. Does it do more harm than good? Because they say it's to remove original sin. They say it's
Hmm.
to give grace because the baby can't open up the present of grace.
Yeah.
But yet, where's free will in that?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not fully adversed on a lot of the Bible. I've read the Bible, King James and the New Testament and all that stuff, but I don't have things memorized or
Yeah.
anything like that. But on something like that, it's hard for me to chime in on something like that because I really am not educated enough to speak on it. But I would just say I'll use the phrase outside assessment. I think the goal is to show praise to God.
Sure.
And it's, the parent's job is to steer the child in the right way,
Sure.
to follow the path.
Yeah.
I would just say to that, like I already said, it's up to the parents to lead that child, for a lifetime. It's a lifetime commitment to lead the child or the children of the world down the path to understand that nothing comes of bad.
Yeah.
And the goal is to do the right thing. I know that's a cliche, but I think it's an accurate cliche.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse my joke. Look at the NBA players
Yeah.
and how many children they father
Yep.
out of wedlock.
Yep.
And I got a nephew that fathered a child out of wedlock, which
Is he in the NBA?
no, he wanted to be, but yeah, as a parent, it's your goal to lead that child down the road, not by force. A phrase my dad always used: you don't get change through revolution. You get change through revolutions. You don't get it by pulling a Fidel Castro Cuba, but you get change through just being that constant in their ear, and then in time it just slowly will take hold and it'll get embedded in their brain.
No, it's an ongoing relationship,
Yeah, exactly.
and
You just don't get there and force feed.
that's my argument with baptism. I'll tell my mom, if we're sitting here in dinner,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus comes in our house. Is he gonna say they're not included in this meal in breaking bread?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God. I mean, based on my interpretation of the Bibles that I've read, God would never do that, not to a child, but maybe to a 7-time murderer, maybe would put them at the child table or something like that. Excuse the joke.
Yeah.
God would never turn away a child. And in terms of baptismal, I would leave it to the parents. I wouldn't try to, with your mom about your mom wants them baptized right away. That's going to be a tough battle. But I would sit there and say, just, have a heartfelt discussion with your mom and say, hey, Mom.
Oh yeah, we do. It's
A, B,
fine.
C,
We
D.
have the same discussions you're talking about. I like to.
Yeah.
I'm the instigator, just like you.
Okay. Yeah. It's just, hey, Mom, when we feel our son, daughter, whatever, then we will gleefully bring him to get him baptized. But yeah, just all you can do. It's David, right?
David.
Yeah, David. I would sit there and just, when your mom brings it up and she gets a little, as all moms do,
Yeah.
get a little pushy. Love you, Mom. Sorry, my mom. My both parents are passed away.
Oh, I like to say I coined from someone change the dress.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good one. I like that. But then I'll see the one thing I also have fun with is my birthday, because I'm June 6th, 66. and born as a sixth son of the father, born on a full moon. So I have all kinds of fun with that.
That's good.
Yeah. So I just, it's my funnest thing to do. Because
No, I mean, I think that you say you're not in ministry, but you are, because we're here to plant seeds. We're not here to change. Like you said, we're here to revolutionize through questions, just like Jesus did. We're here to tell stories, parables, and questions.
Yeah.
We can't change. We can't tell people what to do. We don't have coercive power.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we can make them think.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a great way. I've never viewed it that way. That's kind of, the Bible is kind of like that. It's little stories that they're not meant to, like you said, they're not meant to change you, but they're meant to get you to open your eyes and open your ears.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's the best way to do it.
you're being used.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you,
My pleasure. I had fun.
Pleasure, sir.
I'll be praying for you.
Thank you so much.
You look great, and I'm encouraged.
Well,
How's Peter? Peter. Huh.
True freedom isn't living without fear. It's living with purpose, even when fear comes.